Tsurezure Children. I know I don't talk about anime on this channel. With the exception of Dragon Ball, it's just not something I'm into. But I know the bigger question some of you may be thinking. Why the heck is this guy reviewing a romantic comedy? Well, this is mainly thanks to a clip on YouTube I saw of one of the episodes.
じゃあ私より可愛い女がいたらそっちを取んのかよ。
まあ可能性は。
死ね。
拗ねないでよ。他にもいいとこいっぱいあるよ。胸とか。
顔とか胸とかそんなんばっかり。
After that, I became interested and wanted to see more. I did my research and found that the series was based on the ongoing 4-panel manga of the same name. Luckily, I found the Funimation dub of the series on YouTube, and after binge watching it for a whole day, can Tsurezure Children put butterflies into anyone's stomach, or is it a massive heartbreak? Let's find out. Romance is a topic that can either be very sweet or painful depending on the individual. Tsurezure Children takes a comedic and sweet approach to the topic. While the show may seem like a typical high school romance story at first, it takes a different angle by showing the awkwardness of saying I love you. What's better is that all these events don't just happen in one day, but gradually progress over months. This makes the romance in the show feel more natural and realistic. And while all the stories seem to be separate, there are a few times when the different students interact. This is especially apparent in the big soccer game in the final episode. The interconnection and continuity is not the Marvel universe per se, but you can still tell all these stories are going on at the same time. While the story is simple at first glance, the unique approach to the topic gives it a lot more depth as the series goes on. Like the story, the animation is simple but sweet. Every character is designed in this cute way that reflects their personality, like Gota's seriousness or Minagawa's carelessness. The animation is also very good at portraying funny or nervous faces, especially fitting in an anime about awkward teenagers. The animation overall is great and it fits the show's comedic and innocent tone. I know I barely talked about the story, and that's because it's the wonderful cast of characters that make it interesting. They're written to feel like real people that you can relate to. Not to mention that the excellent voice acting in both the Japanese and English versions of the show give these characters an added layer of humanity. Every episode focuses on 3 different scenarios, allowing you to see at least a bit of every relationship. While the show is crowded with characters, you have time to feel for every one of them. Let's go in order by which the show introduces the characters. The show starts off strong with Takase and Kanda, 2 friends who have crushes on each other but don't know how to admit their feelings. It's comedic to see how both feel the same way, but get so nervous that they can't actually say it. While eventually Kanda does admit by accidentally sending a text, this only leads to the duo acting awkward around each other. It's sad considering they're advertised as one of the show's main couples. We then cut to Furuya and Minagawa. The first is a serious class president, while the latter is bubbly and lazy. What makes this couple so cute is how Furuya knows of Minagawa's attraction, but it takes him a long time to find out if she's serious or not due to her carefree attitude. The dynamic gets even better with the inclusion of Hotaru, Furuya's little sister who constantly tries to break them up.
Yuki Minagawa. Ha, I knew it! Evil witch seducing my innocent brother. I will make you suffer!
Next up, Akagi and Kaji. Holy smokes, this is a great couple. You see, Kaji is the typical bad girl, while Akagi is the cool and collected class president who's never loved a woman. I really do mean cool. This guy is a boss when it comes to romance. He may come off as assertive at times, but he ends up playing everything off so smoothly and gentle that his attitude gets Kaji to fall for him.
Then, wanna go to second base? I hold back a lot, more than you realize, and I wanted you to know.
What? You got nerve! You say that like I made it all about me!
No, but I do want more. And now that you understand that, I feel a lot better.
As I demonstrated at the start of the review, this guy's what got me to watch the show. I love this interaction between a smartass guy and a feisty girl. Opposites do really attract. We then get to Sasahara, a member of the astronomy club. While we see her crush Yukawa in the first episode, not much happens as he's written out of the show as graduating. Yukawa at first comes off as cold, but that's only because, like Furuya, he isn't sure if the girl is just toying with him. At the end of the episode, he does decide enough is enough and they finally get together, maintaining a long-distance relationship. That is when Kaga enters the mix. Kaga is a new student who isn't interested in anything, but he joins the astronomy club after finding Sasahara cute. This gets even more complicated when his friend and neighbor Nanase joins the club, as she reveals that she has feelings for Kaga. It's funny to see all this complication happen, even though sadly it didn't lead to a love triangle. But it makes sense as Sasahara is already in a relationship and things would have been very awkward. Continuing our list of characters is Gota and Kamine, the typical stoic guy and bubbly girl couple. Their interactions come from the issue of Gota not knowing how to reveal his feelings and Kamine wanting more out of their relationship. They're cute, but nothing too special. Sugawara and Takano though. This is interesting. You see, Takano's friend Yoshinaga liked Sugawara, but he rejects her as he has a crush on Takano. Takano on the other hand thinks Sugawara is nice, but is oblivious to his love for her since she believes that no one would go out with her. It's not until midway through the show when she finally understands what's going on. While the audience never gets a proper conclusion on if they hooked up, Takano and Sugawara are shown to suddenly admit their feelings for each other in the final episode. Then we have Chiaki and Kana. Like Kamine, Kana wants more out of the relationship, but Chiaki acts more akin to a brother than a boyfriend.
Hey, Chiaki, we get along okay, don't we?
Bang!
I've been shot! Well, we're in sync, that's for sure.
100%.
This leads to a lot of interactions where they have a hard time getting intimate, even to the point where they break up for a couple of episodes. But the couple eventually gets back together towards the show's end. This time Chiaki promises not to goof around anymore. Also, did I mention Chiaki's mom is the best?
Yeah. I love you.
Kana, did you take your pill today, dear? Do you need one of mine? Really, Mom?
We then get to arguably the most comedic character of the show, Katori. This guy is so full of himself that it makes Anatole look tame in comparison. Girls either find Katori cool like Hosokawa, or annoying like Matsura. He proclaims that he is the dating master, but in reality is more of a heartbreaker. The animation especially helps with his performance as he is known for doing a lot of exotic poses while speaking.
Then again, if I keep calling myself the dating master, the gods of love may strike me down. Oh no!
Last but certainly not least, we have Yamane and Kurihara. It's a shame we don't see much of them because they're the best couple in the show. While Kurihara is a cute but shy girl, Yamane is an awkward otaku. He thinks he can never get a girl, which is ironic as Kurihara has a crush on him. Watch this scene and try telling me yet you can't relate.
Why does she have such a serious look on her face? You've got to be kidding! This can't happen to me! No way! Girls have ignored me for years! Don't get your hopes up, Yamane!
Would you maybe want to
Don't hope! You'll only regret it! But what if she really is?
be my
Wait, I'm not prepared for this!
boyfriend?
This awkwardness is made even better with Yamane's friend Motoyama. Though he may despise women, Motoyama is always there for Yamane whenever he needs help with Kurihara. In short, he is the broest bro that ever broed. I'm not lying, that's his description on the wiki. Tsurezure Children is a great example of how a story may be simple, but can still keep you interested with a cast of wonderful characters and some interesting interactions. Overall, Tsurezure Children is the romantic comedy to watch. If you're someone in high school or you just want to understand awkwardness and romance, I can say this is a great example of how people handle these situations. The show demonstrates that asking out someone is not easy, but that it's okay to be awkward. It's a show that's simple, but fun and colorful. Tsurezure Children is the anime to watch if you want to have a good time. I give this show a 10 out of 10. Forget atypical. This is the best romance story of 2017.